for my kingdom. Had to buy some harmony. Now I'm flexing with my jewels. You could tell I got a lot on me. Grab another hero, feeling like I hit the lottery. Farming, getting API, stacking profits to the sky. 1x2.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Inner Grove. Tonight we've got myself, Baby Punch, Sandwich Punch, and Bless from the DFK community. Welcome, man. Glad to have you on.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a cool stream tonight. So you, I guess, have a proposal in the DeFi Kingdoms built program.
Yes, sir.
So you've got, we're hoping you can give us just a rundown of what you've got planned, kind of what is going to be involved in it, how it's going to integrate. And it sounds really cool. It sounds like there's going to be some playability, and that's just what we're all craving right now. So do you want to, Summer Sponge, is there anything we need to touch on before we jump right into Bless and his proposal?
Yeah, just typical like boring legal disclaimer. Like obviously, like the views and opinions of anybody on this show are not the views and opinions of DeFi Kingdoms team and Kingdom Studio. This show is not affiliated with Kingdom Studios, so just keep that in mind. We're just we're DeFi Kingdoms maxis. We love it, and we are just thirsty for more content. And so this particular proposal was really interesting. And we wanted to hear more about it and would love to see something like this actually get built out. So Bless, why don't we kick it off? Do you want to just actually, and before we get into it, like maybe give us a little bit of background, like as much as you're comfortable sharing, like what do you do? Or, what's your background? How long have you been in crypto? And how long have you been in DeFi Kingdoms? And how did you find out about DeFi Kingdoms? So I know I kind of had like 4 questions there, but maybe just like shotgun it.
I'll try to take all the questions and mold them into one really good response.
Perfect.
Sounds great.
And just hopefully the audience eats it up. Well, I guess first a little background about me. I am an Army vet. I was military police, 31 Bravo. 6 years active duty doing that. Been around the world a couple times, seen some interesting places. So I guess you could say I'm well traveled.
Are you currently active still? Sorry.
No. I'm a veteran now.
Okay.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say I'm retired, but I'm a disabled veteran. It was a rough transition after getting out of the military, and I had a lot of stuff going on after that. But I'm here and ready to do some kind of design and production, integrating onto the DFK chain, or just on the DeFi Kingdoms HTML browser base. But looking forward to that. Let's see, background.
How long have you been in crypto?
I've been in crypto. I've been watching it ever since Bitcoin was being sold for a pizza, but I haven't actually been fully invested until about, I wouldn't say fully invested. I didn't start investing until about 2 years ago, and I did a lot of research. I think anyone that gets into crypto needs to do a lot of research before they put their hard-earned dollars into something. And I got lucky with a couple things, and started to understand that you don't buy high and sell low, even though that's a lot of people's.
Wait, that's not the way to do it.
That's not.
But like
strategy.
Let me look at some notes. I may have it confused here, but yeah. I found out that you're not supposed to do that. A lot of people don't figure that out for a while, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold, and that ended up paying off for me. So that was good.
Nice.
That's awesome, and then
man.
I guess DeFi Kingdoms. How did you find out about it? How long have you been in DeFi Kingdoms? Are you like a week 1 adopter? Are you adopting? Did you find out at the peak of the price? Like what kind of where are you at on that timeline?
I actually came in. I came in close to the peak. I think I was about $18 a
Yep.
jewel.
Okay, that's pretty close to the peak.
Yeah, January time frame somewhere around there, and I was trying to get into it and figure out like what are the heroes about and how do they work on the game. And um, what led me to DeFi Kingdoms though was Harmony, because I was bullish on Harmony, and that was my bag. That was one of my big bags. I was like, I was buying up Harmony every time it was low and holding it, and then I found that DFK. I mean, it was months before I even heard about it. So I still think it's in its infancy. I think it's still super early, uh, and for what these guys have accomplished so far in the time frame that they've released, I think they've done a very good job. And it's not easy to. And I was having a conversation with I believe it was Sun Bear. When you're working at a company and you have people around you and you can say, hey, so and so, I need you to go do this, and hey, so and so, I need you to go do this. At a managing standpoint, it's a lot easier because you can look that person in the eye and say, hey, I need this done. When you finish that, I want you to come back and get with me. And you're working a 9 to 5 or something like that. But when you're managing a company, like Kingdom Studios, for example, you're talking to people that are in different time zones. Some people are asleep when you're awake when you're doing work. So that takes a lot of facilitation, and I commend them on the work that they've done so far. But yeah, I followed Harmony straight into DeFi Kingdoms. I was like, this Jewel SP, I was like, the liquidity pools look really nice, and um, you know, I kept a compounding. I watched a lot of videos about how to compound, turn your APR into APY and in there, and just I try to suck up as much information as possible, and then also disseminate it, if that's the right word, to the rest of the community. So what I learn, I try to share. And that's what I was doing on my streams. I was given hero analytics information for the uh, DFKA, the DeFi Kingdoms analytics website, for the growth scores and class scores.
Yeah.
And people really needed. I think people needed to understand, like, if you're going to buy a hero, you need to know how effective it is and what kind of hero are you trying to buy. You want one that's going to be good in battle, or you want one that's just going to do quests for you. So sorry if I rambled on too much there.
No worries.
Yeah.
So let's jump into your project or your proposal here. I do have one question though. I really like Harmony as well. Like that's how I found out DeFi Kingdom as well. Like how early, like what's the lowest like purchase you had on Harmony? Do you remember?
I think it was close. I mean, it's down pretty low right now. But I think the lowest I got it was probably 2-3 cent.
Nice.
Ooh.
So all that I hold right now is actually on my MetaMask. I stopped dealing with exchanges. I was like, as soon as they put this DEX, together, and you can on and off ramp. I mean, I don't think people understand how valuable the DEX on DFK is until you actually have dealt with exchanges before, because it can be a pain.
Yeah, that really can.
Say 2-3 cents. Was that a recent purchase then?
um,
2 or 3 cents. That's got to be like super early 2021 or late 2020, right?
I started following Harmony early last year, so I probably picked up, I don't know, I think at one point I was probably holding 70,000 Harmony, because I felt like it could do everything that every other crypto, like let's just use Ethereum for example. It's like it's doing everything it can do, everything that Ethereum's already doing, but the fees are
Yeah.
way lower in comparison. Yeah, I know they have a lot to
That's
work
what we
out,
like
but
about Harmony is fees are low, transactions go fast. It's honestly, from a user standpoint, Harmony is top notch. So I know we've struggled with a lot of API issues with DeFi Kingdoms, but I don't know how much that is strictly on Harmony as opposed to DFK side. But yeah, Harmony in general has been super smooth to transact on and just play around on. So I like the Harmony ecosystem a ton. So let's get into your project here.
Yeah, tell us about it. Like, what's the vision here? I mean, I know you have it's laid out pretty well in your proposal, but the reality is as someone who writes a lot of Medium articles, like the reality is a lot of people don't read. Just
TLDR, right?
exactly,
They just want to know win egg or win content.
exactly.
Win game. Give us anything.
Win game. Win fight. Yeah. So, and I've been playing games for, and I know most people that are probably watching this or anybody that's tuned into Intergrove that's either invested in crypto is really big on games. Obviously, if they're into the DeFi kingdoms. So, it was nostalgia for me. So, really just pulling every bit of experience that I've had from any other game and be like, this could be implemented. This could be implemented. Man, there's so many ideas that I have in my mind that could just make this project, a million times better than it already is. And not to say that Kingdom Studios isn't going to implement those things, but if we have a community that is willing to help build upon, the existing platform, then why not do that? So that was the idea. And this is kind of just where the overview goes, enhancement. Obviously, I would hope that anything that I added would add revenue. Jewel burn mechanics, I have lots of ideas for those. One idea was that, a burn mechanic would be you take a jewel, you take it to a jewel crafter, something like they introduced with the stone carver, and it would be a vendor just like that. And you can say, here, I want to break this down. I want to break this jewel down. And it would give you, it would completely get rid of the jewel, and it would return you with jewel fragments. And then those jewel fragments would be specifically used only for making gems that you could put into items or gear. And I've played a bunch of games. I could think of Diablo, Path of Exile. If you've ever played Path of Exile, they really go in on the gems, and they even go to the extent of like linking the gems together, so you could have multi attack connected to fast attack, culted to something else.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that would introduce a really interesting burn mechanic to the game. Another burn mechanic could be just entry fee into the dungeons. I did propose Gaia's tier. There you're seeing it, right? The one underneath.
Let's get into some of these dungeons. So what exactly is kind of like the game? What do you have that is proposed? Give us kind of a broad overview of the project and what it's going to do within the game.
Well, yeah, and just to because I noticed the thing says, quote, action based dungeon instances. Like, are you envisioning like an SNES like Zelda walkthrough hack and slash type of thing, like a Pokemon game, Game Boy Pokemon, or would this be more are we like WASD walking around kind of thing, or like how did you envision that?
I mean, I think there should be adaptability, especially if they're looking to go onto mobile. But all that would be done through code. The action bases, WASD or click to move could be done on PC, and then they could integrate it in another way on mobile. But ideally, I'll stick to broad. I wanted it to be, like a 3D perspective, but in 2D. So to keep the pixel alive, but to give it that overview aerial 3D perspective, you can make 2D look really good. So you could say like mixing Zelda with Diablo, having that overview and being able to see, there's obviously like a fog of war around the dungeon that you can't see when you go into the dungeon, but like that. I like the Zelda take on it, but kind of mainstreaming it to where you actually have like an action bar down below, and you can you have skill 1, skill 2, like they have described on DFK, and then your passives 1 and 2, and I think that could be even built upon and a UI added to it as well. So if you can kind of imagine, I actually did something. I don't know if some people have played. Fortnite has like a really interesting creative thing. So I've been kind of messing around with that and building just to get kind of like a concept of, how I want the dungeon walkthrough to work, and trying to find the right platform, figuring out what Kingdom Studios and what direction they want to go is really, really going to make it to where they, I want to stay within the same pixel style, but I really need to talk to some of the developers and get with them. And I'm still waiting for meetings coming up.
So oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the cool thing, and I think we've seen some of the possibilities with DFK Arena. I don't know if you've tried that out yet, Bless, but the cool thing is these NFTs have attributes, right? Like they've got their active skills, their basic skills. They're going to have a skill tree based off of your classes. I don't know if those attributes are like built into the NFTs on the chain, or if those will be stored off chain. But
those are good questions.
The reality is the reality is that we have, though, there are definitely certain attributes, and the cool thing is like proposals such as this, or even DFK Arena, even DFK, for their combat, they might be saying, hey, active skills 1 through 8 do X, Y, and Z. But the reality is a project that just wants to build on top of it could assign anything they want to those and just say, for our game, active 1 does X, Y, Z. For active 2 does ABC. And it could be, it doesn't have to align necessarily. Are you like, what are you like hoping to align it with exactly what they're doing? Or because I think the reality is you're probably not. I'd be shocked if they give you like a bunch of details on like, hey, this is what we're thinking, because we just don't have much details on combat, and I'd be surprised if they gave many details.
Well, Baby Punch, if you go back to the main page, I believe this is one of the reasons that the DeFi Kingdoms build platform was made. You have you have a start here function, and you have grant submissions for multiple different things. And one of the grant submissions is for in-game enhancement, functionality, mini games, user experience. And I don't know to what extent they want to allow in-game enhancements, but that's where my submission was put. Now, right. DFK Arena, is that related to? That's who you guys had. Yeah, that was Albert, right? That you guys had.
Yeah. That's. I don't recall which category they're under, but yeah, I mean that's technically
I believe
probably
it would
considered
be
external game using DFK assets.
Yep. I'm pretty sure if you look under there, the external portion, you'll see DFK Arena.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. So they have, an existing platform where they created their own samples, their own. Well, they uploaded the NFTs, and they have their own animations. They have their own functionality. They integrated by being an external platform. What I want to do is I want people to be able to do a transaction on the blockchain on DeFi Kingdoms, whether it's on Serendale or Crystal Vale, and click on the dungeon and say, okay, start dungeon. And then they pick a difficulty, whether, if you want to bring
it
that
would just be like straight on the world map, just like you can click on tavern or professions. You'd just be able to click on that dungeon, for example, and it would open up very cool.
Yeah, and that's dungeon. It's a rough rough concept what you're looking at there, but ideally, all it would take is, for uh, the Java and the Solidity code to be done. And obviously, I'm going to need information pulled from Kingdom Studios to be able to align that properly. But ideally, yeah, on their HTML, on their URL, or right there,
Straight through their
click it.
app.
Straight through their application. Just like you could click on Gardens or go to Professions or anything like that. Click, I want to go to the dungeon, and then the idea was to open a multi-sig to where you and two of your friends can join the dungeon together, and then you can go in there with two of your friends, and whatever class balance you want to have. If you want to have a tank, you want to have a healer, you want to have a DPS, you go in there and that. You want to try your luck with 3 damage dealers, go ahead. You want to go in there with 3 healers, give it a shot. And there's a lot of concept ideas about how we want to build out the dungeons. There was ideas about it having a 1-hour cooldown, and then the first dungeon having 3 bosses, and then you only being able to have, so you have an hour on the dungeon timer, right? So this could be something that could be added to the leaderboards. If people can full clear in a certain amount of time, then that would be something that could be used on the leaderboards. Let's see, the dungeon just it kind of opens up a whole nother world to DFK, in my opinion. It just, I have
Give us
so
some
many thoughts about,
playability. Yeah.
I have so many thoughts about it. It's just
Yeah.
So I think I kind of get the vision here. If I guess, like, DFK Arena, they're building. I'm sorry, I don't mean to like keep like referencing them. It's just that's one of the proposals we've looked at already. I think whether they get the grant or not, I think they'll probably continue to build. It sounds like they've put a lot of costs already into their product, and I imagine they'll continue to try to adapt it. Is the development of your project dependent on getting the grant? Or if they're like, what if it's 6 months down the road and they're like, hey, or maybe it doesn't pass. I don't know. I mean, I would vote yes for this, but are you able to develop this without the grant, or is that kind of like the gating item here?
I think it would incentivize the community, because I pretty much open this to anyone in the community. Anyone that wants to contribute in the DFK community, hey, jump on board. All this is speculative. This is a proposal for Kingdom Studios to go, hey, yes, we're interested in it, or no, we're not. And if more people in the community want to get involved, then they can. I am going to invest my time, and other people in the community that are investors are going to put their time into it. Whether or not the grant is accepted is completely up to Kingdom Studios. I don't know. They just changed their roadmap, and I know that was a conflict for a lot of people. But I don't know. It's a good question. I don't think it would be dependent upon them accepting it. It would be nice if I could get more information. If Kingdom Studio wants to work with us, we'll work with them. But that's basically, from my perspective, does Kingdom Studios want to work with the community? And it's not just working with Bless. It's like, hey, here's ideas. Are you guys interested in this at all? Give us feedback. What can the community do to help DFK progress? We want to see this project, bigger and better. We want to bring more people in. We want a PR for you. We want, that's how things grow, word of mouth. That's things spread around.
So what do you think of this? People have very strong feelings about the in-game use of how items and NFTs interact in game. If you were kind of following when DFK Arena was first proposed back before we had the build program, it's kind of a barnyard explosion. Like, people were super worked up about how the use of stamina and health and all that integrates. So I think that the more people want to make it be like really in game, like this is integrated into the game, I potentially, this is just my 2 cents, I potentially see that being a much longer process. But what if DeFi Kingdom's like, hey, this is a really cool idea. Seems like the community really likes it, but like integration in game likely not happening. But they're like, if you want to make an out of game kind of, I guess, application, but that uses the assets, is that something you'd be interested in pursuing if it came down to that? Because iOS Code makes a note here. He said, seems like trying to add PvE to DFK before DFK team does it seems unlikely. They put a third-party PvE system inside of the actual DFK game site. I mean, I don't know. Like, but like, let's say that is the direction it goes as you talk to Sunbear and whatnot. Like, is that something you'd pivot to, or?
I think time will tell on how much. It's not only me, it's other people, how much time they want to actually invest their time. And, Kingdom Studios is free to use any of these ideas. And if they want to build upon it and do this themselves and produce this stuff, they're free to do that. I'm investors just like you guys are, and I'm waiting to, get on my keyboard and mouse, and I like going in and killing monsters and stuff. So
a quick question for you, Bless. This timeline you've got, so you've got May 27th as a start date and end date kind of middle of August, so just under 3 months there. Would this 45K that you guys are essentially asking for, would that just go to developing the game? Is that bringing on the team members?
Actually, it would total at 90K, and I think that is actually low end in the time frame and the amount of resources that I would have to pull together, the people I would have to pull together to hire to get this done. But it really depends on, again, Kingdom Studios and talking to the developers. What have they already produced? What can they give me on the API? You can go onto the Baby Punch. Would you mind going on to DeFi Kingdoms really quick?
Yeah, just in the game or what?
Yeah, just click right on the game and go to your map. Okay, and I'm assume you're using Windows, right?
Yep.
Okay, so hit F12. Okay, so you're in light mode, but at the very top, you'll see something called static. And under static, basically, there's some of the language in there. I have people that are familiar with the HTML. Solidity, I do not have Solidity developers, but like I said, this is an early concept proposal. I was responding to Warpaxis there. But a lot of the imagery and information that some of the other coders are using it's already present there. You can pull up images there. You can go to the profession. You can go to the profession, and instead of using F12, it's a little bit harder to navigate if you do it that way. But if you go to professions and you right click on your screen and click inspect, just right click anywhere on it and click inspect, you go through those files there, and it'll show you, each thing individually. You can get that sign image. You can get the image of the house. You can get the image of the fisher. You can get the font. You can get, all those little things, or you can snip it and bring it into a software program and, edit the properties essentially by themselves. But so as DFK works on their API and what they're actually willing to release to their community, if their community is willing to help them build the project, and I think that's what's going to make their project expand. That's what's going to make their platform expand, is listening to their community and allowing their community to build on it. I think that's why else would they make the build, website and ask for in-game enhancements. So we'll see. I do have more meetings pending with Sunbear and Piano Man, and last I spoke to them, they were going to be doing a rating on the proposal, And then they said most likely they would have some developers reach out to me to discuss exactly how I wanted to integrate. So I think
Cool.
that is so that's part of it, is figuring out how I want to integrate. And basically I want to do it on top of their HTML in Java with Solidity. I'm pretty sure that's what they're using as far as languages go.
No, that's awesome, man, and good luck with the project. I know it's probably not easy starting from scratch and building into this API and into DFK. So there's just challenges and one team working with another team and integrating with their code. So there's definitely challenges ahead of you, but it sounds like you guys got a good plan, and hopefully you guys can get the team together and make this happen. That'd be awesome. We're rooting for you. Sandwich Punch, do you have any other questions for Bless before we kind of move on to the next segment?
No, man, but seriously, thank you for joining us. This was cool to get your take on it. Looking forward to updates as you talk to Sunbear and Piano Man. So keep the community posted. I think everyone, we're seeing it in the comments. Everyone's itching for more content. So best of luck to you, man. Also, just like personally want to thank you for your service.
Yep, very much so.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is
Hey.
a community project. I'm calling for the community to give ideas, concept, feedback. You're invested in Kingdom Studios. I'm invested in Kingdom Studios. If you want to be a part of this, they've laid a platform out for us. So let's give it a shot.
Yep. All right, man. Hey, thanks so much. I'm sure we'll stay in touch in Discord and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
See you, man.
gentlemen.
See you, Bless. Very nice. No, that's cool.
Sweet.
That'd be cool to get some more gameplay, some more integration into the game. I know DFK has their hands full, so anything they can get from the community to help progress this game is just icing on top. So we need it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think people, at least I saw the sentiment in Discord yesterday with the new roadmap, and I'm hopeful. They say PvE and PvP. Those were in the clouds, right? And
Yeah.
clouds meant maybe Q3. So Q3 is July, August, September, but maybe later, right? Maybe Q4. If we should go back to the stream. Remember when Bloater Punch was I think it was when we had Petrify on, and we were taking bets on when combat would come out.
We threw
And I
out
think somebody
dates.
said December 2022, and I was like, no way.
Nope.
No way that happens. It's impossible. So I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea, but that would not shock my conscience at this point.
Yeah. No, they've definitely had their struggles, but they continue to build. So that's most important, that the team stays together and everyone's moving forward and they keep building on top of what they've got. So even in bear markets like we're in right now, when everyone's really emotionally down and financially down, it's important that they just kind of keep going, keep building, and when the markets come back, it's the people, going to be the projects that continue to build, have had stable financial backing, kept teams together, and just keep going.
This is the culling. This is where the weak projects get culled out, and it's going to be really telling to see who survives this. I'm personally still super bullish on the project. I think that, you just compare it with other projects, right? I thought all I have is a frame of reference of other projects, and there obviously people point out a lot of mistakes. Mistakes were made for sure.
Yeah.
And we're not going to sit here and hash them all over. They're all, everyone knows what they are, but I also feel like they're still doing what they need to, and they're working towards it. And if they can continue to build and get through this, I think in the next bull run, this will really be something to watch and really something amazing. So
for sure.
All right, let's do a couple Gen 0 summons. We got a couple off cooldown, and then I have a hero I can give away.
Sandwich keeping it generous.
What else am I gonna do? Sell it for $10? I'm not doing that. Out of like matter of principle, I can't do that. All right, so what do you got? You got a Gen Zero Archer?
I've got my 2 archers.
Archer Gardner?
And
Archer
I'm
Gardner, let's
pumping
go.
out those Archer Gardeners. All right, guys. So lately, I have just been grabbing. Whoa, there's a Thief Miner. 55 Jewel. I might just take that.
Thief Miner.
Yep. I'm gonna grab it. Pump some tears
So
into
one
that
dex,
bad boy.
1 agility. I like it.
Yeah, I'll take that. Guys, my summoning. Actually, I can't really complain. I've had 2 good summons lately. I did summon a legendary thief and a rare archer. So I've had some decent summons. Not great, but I haven't had a Dark Knight in forever. So I'm crossing my fingers here. I need a win really bad after the UST bath I took.
Dude. So yeah, guys, actually, we're gonna talk. Our next stream is gonna be Saturday. We're gonna have Bloater Punch on, and we're gonna do a recap of our last 8 months of our crypto journey. We're essentially just kind of choosing an arbitrary date, which was kind of around the start of DeFi Kingdoms, and code over some like serious and hard, very hard lessons learned. One of which was holding the vast majority of my by vast I mean like 95% of my stables in who. Let's go.
Come on.
All right, click
finally.
on that. Let's see the rarity. Let's see the rarity.
Uncommon, okay.
Dude, Berserker sub.
Came out of nowhere.
Flip that, mining.
Could this be a miner or is it a gardener?
I'm gonna give you.
Yes!
Endurance, strength, endurance. Let's go.
Okay, I'll take that. That's a good summon. That's a great summon.
Let's see here. Who is this clown in chat?
We don't got any clowns in chat.
No, there's. I see it on the restream. It's like somebody was saying something weird. I don't see it in the live chat though. Weird. Dude, congrats. All right, let's knock this other one out. I've got one, and then I have actually. I think I have an advanced class that I was going to give away.
Ooh, in advance.
Yeah, I bought, like, heroes were so cheap. I bought a 5 out of 5 Summoner, Ninja, Paladin, and Dark Knight, and I was trying to do like, Path to Dread Knight, but no dice.
Yeah, you've done some advanced summoning recently, haven't you? Did yield anything?
No.
Not really.
I mean, I got like they're kicking out Dark Knights and advanced classes, but they're not kicking out elites.
Nothing special. All right, I'm just gonna go with the floor fisher gardener. Honestly, I can't stomach summoning another archer gardener, so I'm gonna go with the fisher. So what's been your strategy lately? What have you been doing?
So I'm mining. I continue to mine. I'm still questing. Schwass runes are actually like kind of valuable now, man. Like if you like do a test, if you got, I don't know, even just like small number of heroes, just like if you take your Schwass runes and just accumulate them over a week and sell them and compare your jewel output to any normal week, like prior weeks, it's actually a meaningful amount.
Yeah.
And I think it's a function of Stonecarver gobbling up people's runes. Also, training quest drop rate for runes sucks. Like, it's terrible.
Produce them.
So yeah, it's actually like not like if you like really jam on some numbers, it's not bad. Gardner, it's gonna be a Gardner.
That's a flop. No, I had Forger and Fisher, but let's
It's gonna be a
put the
Gardner.
odds.
All right, flip it.
Forger.
Foraging. All right, I'm gonna pop it over to mine real quick.
Let's get it.
All right, guys. I asked
This
this
is Wombo
before.
combo.
I was like super tempted to re-roll these guys just because it's kind of yummy having that 4-hour cooldown, but I haven't done it yet. But these are DR1, so it's a dominant archer, an R1 archer, dominant thief, R1 thief. They have like a 22% chance for Dark Knight. So pumping dex and luck. And dude, does this one give you +8? I think this gives +8. Let's go with
+8. That'd be gnarly.
swiftness. Agility's good. I like agility, especially after that last AMA. Sorry guys, I gotta unlock my ledger real quick to approve this. Okay. I used a Might Stone and summoned a rare Dark Knight last week. So he came out with 20 strength and he has like really high roll rates for strength because of the stone.
Dang.
I'm using swiftness here because like whether it's a thief, archer, or Dark Knight, I like agility. And Dark Knights have pretty bad agility rolls rates, so this would be helpful if I get a Dark Knight. If I get an archer, having high agility is on an archer or thief, I think is
really
gonna be
good.
great. Honestly, agility is like my new vitality. Like like that's like gonna be equally like all my mages, summoners, casters, that agility is always one of the stats I level up. All right, let's go. Oh, jeez. Forgot to approve the transaction on my ledger.
So how has it been with the ledger? Has it been super tedious or has it not been that bad?
If I didn't work from home and wasn't at my computer, it would be a pain in the butt. Just because it is convenient to be able to do stuff.
Yeah.
Did I not?
So we both
Oh,
moved.
let's go.
That is the DK. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Okay.
Hey, dude, we both got Dark Knight Miners.
We got brothers.
Let's go. Okay. Let me.
That is a
I'm gonna
win.
pop it back to your screen. All right, let's go to my. Here we go. I was going to give away.
Yeah, we hit lucky today. 2 uncommon Dark Knight Miners. Like that's
Yeah, you want to
big.
price check that real fast? I was gonna.
Yeah.
I also have one of these. I was just gonna do real fast. I was shooting for a sage with these. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Both uncommon Dark Knight Miners.
Yeah, that's a win.
I'm gonna guess what, like 200 jewel?
Let's see.
Logan Peterson got my first egg today after over 1,000 quests. Congrats, bro. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm seeing the floor, but the floor is a rare for 300 jewel.
Yeah, it's probably kind of an illiquid market.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Miners. All right, if I get a sage here, I never get. I got one elite class in all my summons.
What do you summon with? Ninja and
ninja and a summoner.
A summoner. Summoner.
Gardner.
Summoner Gardner. That's pretty good.
All right. So see, these are all like the progeny of these 4 heroes up here. So I'll just give away one of these Gen 2s. Honestly, let's give this guy away, the summoner. So, trivia. We love trivia. We're not going to do this like Bloater Punch repeat, the repeat for the 5th time. The Aladdin quote. Let's
What was
see
it?
here.
I can't believe I'm losing to a rug.
But you got to do the accent, right? Let's see here. Let's 37 people. These are pretty good odds for whoever's watching. Let's just do it. Let's keep it DeFi Kingdoms related. As I should have. I'm sorry, guys. I should have had something ready. We're kind of winging that. Let's do this. I am going to. Shoot.
First egg after 1015 quests. You know what? I can relate to that. My egg drops have been garbage. I do not get many eggs.
Dude, I surprisingly have had like incredible luck this week. I think I got 3 eggs, and that is like insane. I never get egg drops like that.
3 eggs? I don't even get that in a month.
Jeez. All right. Should I just do something like technical here?
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right. So guys, to get it started, just type in your Discord username. Like, get it ready. Don't hit enter. Like, type in your Discord username so that when you have the answer, you can just hurry and type it in and hit enter. I am going to. I'm sorry, like I'm just like dragging you along here. I just need to make sure I'm getting this right. Gotta make sure I'm giving you the right details here.
So while he's thinking of that, guys, not next week, this weekend, Saturday, we're just gonna have myself, Sandwich, and Bloater Punch. We're just gonna keep it us 3. We're gonna run through what mistakes, our biggest lessons we've learned in this crypto journey. So not just in DeFi Kingdoms, but overall. You know, none of us have been in crypto for a really long time. We've been in it long enough that we've seen the ups and the downs, and we've been through some bear cycles, and we've been through some bull runs, and we've learned some pretty valuable lessons. We continue to make the same mistakes. So the goal is we're going to like internalize and verbalize the lessons we've learned and hopefully come up with a good game plan of future wealth creation, how to accumulate, how to take profits, when to double down. So
how not to give financial advice.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, none of that was financial advice.
None of that financial advice.
None of that will be financial advice. Okay, I have the question.
All
right. So, as part of the, I gotta say this quickly enough that people don't like go and search it before I finish. So, as part of the Gen 0 reroll event, one of the items you can get is a greater enhancement stone. How many bonus stats does a greater enhancement stone give? So how many bonus stats does a greater enhancement stone give?
I think I got one of those. Let's see.
So guys, and again, like sometimes people will type on YouTube and it shows up on their end, but it doesn't on our end. So we have to go with what we see. Christopher Smith, sorry man, you can't just like shotgun every single number out there. So we have to go with your first one. So Logan Peterson says 3. That's not right. Christopher Smith says 6. That's incorrect. God, nobody's doing it right. All right, you guys, you have to put your Discord name in your.
We'll play
Oh,
1
jeez.
through 8 real quick. Let's go.
Okay, now we're redoing this. Okay, Blackwing, 8 is the number. But guys, like we just kind of set up some rules when we started this several months ago, because if we don't, people can like report other people's messages, and it like removes it from the chat. It's like you have to give us the Discord name and the answer in the same chat. Like Logan Peterson, exactly. It'd be like
We
Pioneer
literally
Emery
just went through
9504 plus 8. All right. Wow. Let's redo this. Let's redo this.
Freaking goobers.
Here is the other question. Which
Okay, and one answer. You can't shotgun answers out there.
yeah. Include your Discord username and the answer in the same message. Here is the question. Which epic are we currently in the Crystalville Ice Gardens? In the Crystalville Ice Garden emission schedule, which epic are we in?
Here's a better question for you. Is it epic or epoch?
Dude, honestly, I don't know. I normally say epoch, but then it's like, sounds like Tupac.
I'm okay with Tupac.
Tupac Shakur. Have we got an answer?
We've got some answers, but I haven't looked it up yet. So I'm not sure which epoch we're in.
Okay, so we've got Bless says 7. Sanandra says 9.
Do you know the answer?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to the. I'm double checking just to make sure. Yeah,
Do we have the right answer up there?
That's what I'm checking for. Yeah, so I'm seeing, oh gosh, this is like depressing. Oh my God, why do you think this is this hard?
We're just gonna make this simple, guys. Type in your favorite color. We're just gonna choose.
All right, guys,
one of
we're
those.
in Epic 8. We're in Epic 8.
All right, was any of those correct? Did anyone?
Well, Christopher Smith did it
respond
again,
in
but
8?
he's like blasting multiple. He does 6 and then 8, so disqualified.
Yeah, Christopher, we just went through this, man. We gotta take your first answer.
Jeez, I don't even know what to do here.
Okay, did
Like, we gotta
anyone
wrap this
get
up.
a proper formatted answer? Discord name.
Just 2 numbers. That's what people will do. iOS code, no, that's weird. It didn't show up.
Say
my
yeah,
chat.
I'm not seeing. And let's see. Let's go to.
Man, maybe we need to figure out a better way to do this. Six was older answer. No, Chris, it was. Oh, dude, we are, yeah, like a lot of people's chats are not showing. Jeez.
Yeah. Whoa.
Gosh. Oh, guys, I'm sorry.
Do this. Go do a question on Twitter, and you'll choose one of the responses.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Yeah, because people's
guys, I'm
messages
so sorry about
are
this.
not showing up.
I'm so sorry about that. We'll figure this out. We'll figure out a better way to do this. But I will like. I'm gonna open it up on Twitter, but like, if you guys go to my Twitter, you'll be the like. I'll make it pretty easy, and since you guys are listening, you'll be knowing to look for it, and you'll be knowing to look for it. And like, I won't leave it open for very long, so just you guys should be the first ones to be able to respond to it. So head over to my Twitter. I'm gonna post it really quick, and then we'll find the winner and I'll DM them. Sorry about this, guys. Thanks for joining us. Join us on Saturday. Should be a good show. Come learn about our mistakes. Learn from our mistakes.
Tune
so
in
you
for
don't have to make
financial
the
advice.
Same mistakes.
How to lose all your UST. Follow us on Twitter.
Hold up, guys. I have to show one thing. This was so funny. I laughed so hard when I saw this because it hit so close to home. Do you know which one? You know which meme I'm talking
I'm
about?
pretty sure, but I want to see.
Oh gosh, this is so good. Is my screen still sharing?
No, you're on mine.
This was just.
This is funny, but it hurts so bad. And I honestly wish I could get 20% on my stable right now.
Yeah,
Like, I would
feel
be happy.
I hope nobody takes this as like me laughing at them. Like, I lost a lot of money on USD.
Yeah, 6 figures.
So it was it's painful.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. Like, right? Like, that's why you only invest money you can afford to lose, so that you can you can laugh about it and move on with your life. Otherwise, you'd like legit just go into depression. And if anybody is like been hurt really badly by this, reach out to people to talk about it, and
Yeah.
we'll all figure out how to make it back. All right, guys. Twitter, check it out on Twitter. I'll do a quick trivia question for that summoner that we just summoned. Thank you guys for joining us. Sorry for all the hiccups with the giveaway. Jeez, we need to be fired. Thank you, guys.
See you guys.
Bard of Games, we will post the time on for the Saturday one. Thanks, guys.